have this ready to go when everybody's here, but we're trying this method. Takes about 15 to 18 steps. All right, we're ready to go. Good morning to you all. You're all here for an arraignment. The arraignment is the process where the judge tells you what you're charged with and how you wish to plead to the charge. With us also this morning on the feed is Keith Stickley. He's our Chief Public Defender, and we're happy to have him here. Most of you probably are going to end up having attorneys appointed to assist you. Mr. Gibson, which case are you here on?
It looks like there was a notice that I received for Deontay Williams, 20-1141 SM.
All right, well, let's talk to Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, would you come into the feed, please? Unmute your mic. We lost him. Here's back. Mr. Williams, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, good morning, sir. You're Deontay Stephen Williams?
Stephen, that's correct.
Stephen, all right. Your lawyer, Mr. Paul Gibson, is here with us. This was coming. Apparently, the Cass County prosecutor called your bluff. This is file 201141. Cass County prosecuting attorney Victor Fitz is appointed as special prosecuting attorney in this case. This is an old case that occurred last June. You're charged with domestic violence, child abuse in the 4th degree, assault and battery, and assault and battery. You had pled not guilty to those charges. The matters were set for pretrial conference. The Cass County prosecutor said if a plea was not worked out, he was going to charge a felony home invasion in the 3rd degree, which he has done. So they've amended this charge to a felony home invasion charge. And I guess he was serious when he said he was going to do that, because he did. So now the charge has been upped to a felony. I'm going to show that you're arraigned on the new charge. And I have to set a pre-exam conference and a prelim. Mr. Gibson is here. Mr. Gibson, the normal place we would put this would be June 15th for the pre-exam. Mr. Williams is no flight risk. He's appeared at every hearing. This case is a year old. It's got no contact bond conditions in it, which we're stuck with. And now it's been turned into a felony. So the pre-exam conference with the Cass County prosecutor, if you are available, would be Tuesday, June 15 at 9. Does that work for you?
It looks like I have 2 telephone hearings scheduled with the bankruptcy trustee. Those shouldn't take very long, so
I can set it at 9:30 or 10 or something. Would 10
yeah,
work?
maybe it would be better if you set it at 10. That would be fine, I think.
All right, that'll work out because we have a special prosecutor and he can come in at 10.
And
All
but
right,
the
Mr.
only
Banks.
problem would be that if the does go to a preliminary exam on the 22nd, I'm scheduled to have a jury trial starting that day if they start again. So I'm not sure what.
Right now I'll set it for June 22nd.
But that would be a conflict with the jury trial, possibly.
Well, we'll know on the 15th if that is going to happen or not.
Okay.
Mr. Williams, this is the same set of facts. You've already posted a bond of $1,500 PR. I'm just going to continue it. The same conditions. You've been here about 10 times on this case. I don't even know. But when it got a special prosecutor, you had to get a new lawyer. Now we got another prosecutor. Now the prosecutor from Cass County's turned it into a felony. Literally, you've been here about 10 times. Now the case is a year old. Now it's a felony. So you stay in contact with Mr. Gibson. We'll send you a notice. Are you still out on Boone Road with your dad? Mr. Williams? Mr. Williams? Are you still out on Boone Road?
Yes,
we'll send you this there. May 15th at 10 o'clock is your next court hearing. It's a pre-exam conference on the added felony charge. All right, you're good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, now, we've got a number of people we're going to deal with here, but my old friend Mark Scott Cannon is here in the conference room. He said, congratulations on becoming judge. I said, Mark, that was 18 years ago, plus 6 months. So he hasn't been here a while, but when he was younger, he and I used to see each other when I was the prosecutor. Anyway, Mr. Cannon, you're still hanging in here. Let's talk about this case. This is file 211056SD. Mr. Cannon, you got charged with operating while intoxicated, second offense. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail, fine of up to $1,000. It allegedly happened in Nottawa Township on April 8th, near Covered Bridge Road. And as a second offense, it's a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail. Frankly, my recommendation, and probably the recommendation of Mr. Stickley also, would be that you get an attorney to assist you with this. The county prosecutor, yes?
If I may, I actually have I have an offer from the prosecutor. I'd like to have a breakout room with Mr. Cannon briefly discuss that. We might be able to wrap this up today.
All right, very good. I hadn't been aware of that. We were made aware by the prosecutor they didn't wish to have people come to the pretrial, to the arraignments anymore for an instant pretrial. So perhaps they're going to try to make an offer. So this is Mr. Stickley, Mr. Cannon. He's the chief public defender. I'm going to put you in a breakout room where you can talk to him separately, all right?
All right. Pandemic circumstances, Your Honor. I wouldn't have been here if I could have been home in my bed.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Well, let me put you.
Just so the court's aware, Your Honor, I do have on a handful of cases a couple of offers this morning. I'll be.
All right. Well, that may solve our problem. I hadn't been aware that they were going to do that, but I'm certainly in favor of it. All right. Mr. Cannon, you got to hit the button that says join.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I'm not real good with computers, Your Honor. Still pretty much a hermit.
Well, maybe that's why I haven't seen you in 19 years. All right, Monica Roars is joining us also. Now, Ms. Hutchinson Smith, I've got several files to deal with here. Let's talk about those. Are you Amanda Catherine Hutchinson, now known as Hutchinson Smith? You need to unmute your mic, Mandy.
Okay.
Good
Yes.
morning. You got charged with driving suspended on or about December 14th of 2020. Then you got charged with violation of a license restriction on April 15th, 2021. You also have those dog tickets from the city of Three Rivers that you owe money on. And so all those matters are set for this morning. The driving suspended charge is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Apparently, you failed to appear on that. Then you got cited again on May 15th, and then they charged license restriction. Then we have this old dog ticket. You used to live in my old neighborhood over on Garden Street. Now are you out on Harvey Street in Jones?
No, we used to live in Jones, but now I live on Garden Street too.
All right, so you're back at the Garden Street address?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm going to leave you where you are for a minute while I wait for Mr. Stickley. And he may have an offer. Miss Roars?
Yes.
Hear me? I'm not sure why you're here.
Yep.
You have a habit of not showing up when you're supposed to. Let me see where you're supposed to be, because I don't have you on my docket.
Oh my God.
Are you still over there on Hoffman Street?
I can't hear you.
Are you still on Hoffman Street?
Yes.
Mandy, can you hear me? Amanda,
I
can you
can't.
hear me?
No, my cell phone's breaking up.
All right. All right. Well, stand still. You're making me dizzy. I'm trying to figure out what you're supposed to be here for, because I don't think you're in the right place or the right date.
I can't even hear you.
All right. EHRS. Pre-trial.
There we go.
All right, Miss Roars, can you
Yes.
hear me? All right.
I can hear you
You're-
now.
All right. You're supposed to be at this other number. I don't have you on any of my documents. Let me see if you're in the on-base queue. But according to the AS400, you have a pretrial at the pretrial side. So I'm gonna, do you have something to write on?
I can get something.
All right. Mr. Stickley, we lost Mr.
Maybe.
Cannon. I'm gonna have to close the breakout room. He won't know how to close it. It'll take 60 seconds for that to happen.
That's fine. We're going to go to pre-trial with that, Your Honor.
I thought he might need some help. All right, Ms. Roars, have you got something to write on?
Yeah, I'm looking for it. If I go in the house, it'll drop you instantly.
Well, I can still hear you. I'm not sure what the deal is. It isn't on my sheet.
Okay.
It isn't in on base, but it's in the other one. So they're waiting for you on the other side. All right,
Okay,
you
go
ready?
ahead.
692-949-4856. You got it?
I didn't hear you. What?
692-949-4856.
692-949.
4856.
Okay. Okay.
All right, dial that. All right, we're back to Mark Scott Cannon, who had an opportunity to meet with the public defender. Mr. Cannon, let me find your case here. Are you simply going to ask to have an attorney to assist you with this?
Yes, Mr. Cannon.
That's my rec. Is that correct, Mr. Stickley?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right. I remember years ago, you got stabbed and you were called to testify and you weren't very happy about it, but do you live in Gobles now?
Yeah, I have for quite a few years.
All right, well, that's fine. I'm going to appoint an attorney for you. And set an attorney pretrial for July 2nd at 9:30. I don't yet know who your lawyer is. So as long as you're here, go out to the counter and the ladies will give you your appointment. It'll be by Zoom like this once again, but if you can't do it, it's okay if you drive in here and use the conference room like you did here today. It tells me you're taking this seriously.
I am.
You still live on 22nd Avenue?
Yep, nothing's changed.
All right.
Except
Okay,
the mail is a problem, Your Honor, because the mail hasn't been running right because of this pandemic or whatever the excuse is now. So I barely got the notice to go in and serve the fingerprints you asked for yesterday.
All right,
So I
well,
went over there and gave them. I hope you got them.
so just walk down to the counter. We'll hand you the notice. It'll be by Zoom, July 2nd at 9:30 a.m. All right, Mr. Cannon, you're good to go. I showed a not guilty plea.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Wish I'd have seen you under better circumstances.
Well, if you haven't been in trouble in 20 years, I guess you're doing all right. At least you haven't been in trouble here.
Yeah, that's true.
Keith, we're talking to Amanda Hutchinson Smith. It's a little confusing. She got a driving suspended ticket on December 14th of 2020 in file 202774ST. Then she didn't show up, and then she got another ticket for violation of a restricted license on May 15th of 21. And then she got picked up on the other one. She posted a $500 cash bond. She also has some unpaid fines on some dog tickets in Three Rivers. Let's see what we got about this bond.
I also have an email from the prosecutor regarding her case, Your Honor. Obviously, the prosecutor has no insight into the horrific crime of the stray dog tickets. However, it's suggested that maybe I could just ask her here, or I could go to breakout room, whatever you want to do.
Well, the good news is I have enough bond money to pay off her dog tickets. But you can, she's got these 2 driving charges, and is there a plea offer from the prosecutor?
The prosecutor is recommending her clearing up her license and presenting a valid license and not getting any other tickets between now and what would be the next court date. And if that's the case, there would be an offer of allowing another to violate under 257326, which is a pretty reasonable offer, but the ball will be in her court from that one.
All right, prosecutor recommends reset of pretrial and if defendant clears up a record, will reduce All right, and the defendant is back at Garden Street.
Plan on trying to pay.
Would you tell me how much she owes on this?
Yeah, and we have 2 others for the conference room
Oh,
for
good.
your arraignments.
All right. Ms. Hutchinson, let me look at your driving record here. See what we can figure out.
If I pay the $80 one, that'll.
Well, what I can do is apply this $500 cash bond to unpaid tickets. Let me see if I have you on my cheat sheet. I don't. So let's see what I can figure out.
Those dog tickets are ridiculous.
Well, they're city ordinance tickets, and I don't.
I've gotten
Yeah.
shot collars. People steal my shot collars. He sees the door and boom, he's gone.
Yes. Well, it says here you owe from 2019, looks like a booking fee. And you got suspended for no insurance until you pay a reinstatement fee at the Secretary of State. So you're not on my cheat sheet, but
175 on that one.
in the dog complaint, you owe 175. Pay that off. Apply. Samantha, can you tell me how much she owes on anything else? It looks like she has a booking fee. Apply 175 of bond from 2027774 ST. Pay this case off.
I'm sorry, Judge, I didn't hear what you asked.
She's got some unpaid stuff.
Okay, so you need a total of what she owes on
Yes.
everything?
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Hutchinson, I've used part of your bond to pay off that dog ticket. Then, we're going to use some more of your bond to pay unpaid booking fees and some other stuff and see if I can get you straightened out. Then, you're gonna need to go to the Secretary of State, which is hard to do right now. You have these, if you ask for an appointment, your appointment will be like October or something. You have an expired temporary permit. You're eligible to get your license back once you pay a reinstatement fee and some other stuff. So, the prosecutor is offering to adjourn this thing for about a month for you to do what you need to do to get your license straightened out. If you do that, then they'll reduce it to a charge that won't affect your ability to keep or maintain a driver's license. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, are you back with Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Okay.
He's asleep right next to me.
Sleeping. Tell him to get up and go to work. I thought he was working construction.
Yes.
Denzel, get up. Do you think you will be able to do these things?
I mean, yeah, I can make the appointment.
Well, what you need to do is you need to call for a next day appointment. Here's my recommendation. When I tried to do it, I kept getting bumped out. So I would call at 9 to do an appointment for the next morning. You have to do it right at the tick of the time. Don't ask for the first appointment. Ask for one like at 10:30 or 11 o'clock. Or if you ask for an afternoon appointment, ask for one like at 2:30 or something. If you ask for the very first one, I tried to get in right at 9, but so did everybody else.
Okay. She has two booking fees. One's $12 and one's $80.
All right, Amanda, you also have two booking fees, which I'm going to clear up. One is $12. And it's got a long number, 21901400001SN. I'll apply $12 of bond to that. You also have one from 2019, and that's the one that's jamming you up. I don't like booking fees. The sheriff does them. We're the only county in Region 5 that does it, and it's caused thousands of people to be suspended. They don't have anything to do with driving, and I don't like them. I wish we'd quit doing them, but I'm not driving that bus. I'm going to reduce that $80 one to $55. That's as low as I can go, and I'd make it 0, but I don't have the authority to do that. So $80 to $55 in file 19901187841SW. They have a long number. So apply $55 of bond. So 175, 55, 12. Curtis, I'll put you in the waiting room while your dog barks. he can bark there with you alone. 175 plus 55 plus 12 is 242. And that leaves 258 of bond left.
That mean I get it back?
You'll get some of it back. You can't get it back right now, but I'm going to reset the pretrial for late July, because I'm on vacation in early July, July 29th at 9 a.m. And let's see what you can do. That should be more than enough time to get an appointment. So here's what I did. I paid off your dog tickets. Hallelujah. I paid off your unpaid booking fees and cleared the decks for your suspension here from St. Joe County. Now you need to go to the Secretary of State, pay your reinstatement fee, and get your license. I think so. Get your license changed from a temporary expired permit to a valid license. Then the prosecutor will reduce the charge to something that won't cause you to be suspended, and you can live happily ever after, not have to deal with me. Now, I've known you, I guess, since you were just a little girl. Some of those situations 15, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Anyway, let's see if you can get this squared away and get your license and not have to pay me any more money. This money that's left should be more than enough to pay any fine that remains. But as far as I can do, I think I cleared everything up that I can. All right, your next date is 7/29/21, where we use the Garden Street address. All right, do you have any questions?
The reason why I had the warrant in the first place, I didn't even get any paperwork anywhere.
Well, it went to the Harvey Street address in Jones, so I don't know what happened, but you missed the ticket told you when to be here, and you didn't come for that. So we set a show cause. First you didn't show up, we set a show cause, you didn't show up for that, then we issued the warrant. So the good news is you're here, we got as much of this cleared up as we can. The bad news is you're going to be on the Secretary of State phone tree trying to get an appointment, but get to work on that. You got till the end of July to get this squared away. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and tell Denzel to get up. All right, Raven Keith, let's talk to you.
Okay.
She's been waiting. Can you turn your picture back on?
Yeah, I can.
If I could, Your Honor, if I could have a breakout with Raven Keith, I would appreciate it to discuss an offer from the prosecutor.
All right, let's do that, except that file walked off. Let me see where it is. Here it is. Good morning. Are you Raven Leigh Keith?
Raven Lee? Yes, I am.
Are you back at your 4th Street address?
Yeah.
All right. The charge here is that on or about June 20th of last year, 2020, you operated a vehicle when you had a high blood alcohol level. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 180 days in jail. It carries 6 points and requires that your license be suspended. This is Mr. Keith Stickley. He's the public defender, and he has got some communication from the prosecutor regarding a plea offer. So I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Stickley so you can discuss that plea offer with him. And then I'll see you in a minute. It's going to tell you to join the breakout room. You'll see the queue come up. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, I'm gonna bring Kurt Williams back in here. Mr. Williams, can you hear me?
I'm Solomon.
Curtis?
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure what you're here for. This is Curtis Williams?
Yes.
Well, again, you're not on my, let me see if you're in here. So let me find out what you got. You're not the only person to confuse me today. Got Deontay Williams. I don't have Curtis Williams set for anything today. Let's take a look. You're not. What do you, let's see what this is. What are you here for, Mr. Williams?
It should have been just show cause or traffic, I mean.
You have a fine that's due. But I don't see that. You're Curtis D. Williams?
Yes, sir.
There was the old Curtis Williams they called Skimp. He was my age. He's, I think, passed away. You got a bunch of unpaid tickets. How did you know to dial in here today?
I called up to the courthouse.
And they told you to just dial in?
No, they gave me this number.
Okay. Well, boy, you got a lot of unpaid stuff. How recently did you call them? Just this morning?
Yes, sir. Because I looked at my ticket and I noticed I didn't have a Zoom number.
Okay, well, stay where you are. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on.
All right.
I'm going to put you in the waiting room. You got that barking dog. Will somebody help me with Curtis D. Williams? He's got a bunch of unpaid tickets. He's not on base. He's not scheduled for any of the AS400. I don't have a file, and I don't know what he's doing. So we'll see if somebody can help me. Sir, are you in the conference room? What's your name?
Roland Michael Solomon.
Oh, Mr. Solomon, good morning.
How are you, sir?
Good. Doing the best I can. Every day has surprises in it. People show up. I don't know why they're here. We just try to figure out what we can figure out. As long as they're here, we try to deal with their business. All right, Mr. Solomon, let's talk about your case. If I can find it. You're charged with domestic violence, second offense. Let me pull this up. The allegation is that on or about May 21st, out in Fabius Township on Alcoon Hollow Road, that you assaulted Jacqueline Hartman, your spouse, as a second or subsequent offense. It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. My recommendation would be that you get an attorney to help you with this. What's your response to that?
I went to, Hoffman Road yesterday, but they only handle family.
Okay. Oh, the GM thing?
No, the court there in the corner of Buckhorn and Hoffman. They only handle family matters, but I'm in.
Oh, you went to Mr. O'Malley's office?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't do much criminal. So you think you need an attorney to help you?
I probably will in the future, yeah, because I'm pleading not guilty.
All right, I'm going to show you're pleading not guilty, and I'm going to appoint an attorney. And I'm going to set a pretrial for July 2nd. It's going to be a very busy day at 9:30. Now, your address with Jacqueline was out on Coon Hollow. This, I show a Hamilton Drive address. Who is that?
That is my old address. That's where my sister lived.
All right, is that where we send our mail?
I believe, I received a letter there last week. He called me and.
All right. Where are you staying?
In my van. At an uncle's house. I shower and bathe there, so.
Are you working someplace?
I draw disability.
Do you and Jacqueline have children together?
No, we do not.
All right. Well, we've met before. I'm about 11 years older than you are, but we've had some dealings in the past. I just think the safest thing for you is to have an attorney to assist you with this. So I'm going to appoint an attorney. The problem is there isn't a next hearing until July 2nd. I'm going to have you go out to the counter and get the notice, and we'll have your attorney's name and number on it. I want you to call them and make an appointment to discuss this with them prior to that date. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
None at all.
All right, very good. Well, you're diligent. You came in here, you took this seriously, but the no contact provisions and no alcohol provisions are still in effect. So if you go out to the counter, they'll give you the notice right from here. All right, you're good to go, sir.
Yes, sir. July 2nd, at what time?
9:30.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great day.
Okay. All right.
Curtis Williams has nothing scheduled.
Well, he said he called here this morning and they told him to call into the court. He's got dozens of unpaid things.
Yeah.
So could you give me the rundown on that?
Sure.
Did Curtis Williams talk to somebody here? He said he got this phone number from the court. They told him to call in. He's got dozens, a bunch of unpaid stuff.
I'm gonna get that unpaid stuff for you.
All right, Ms. Harmon, can you hear me? Thank you, Samantha. You've been very busy this morning. We'll see who our next customer is. Carly Harmon.
Oh, can you hear me now? I think I didn't have it unmuted.
All right. Good morning. Let me get your file here. Let me look at the email I got, see what the deal is.
Right with you, okay? I think you get my review right.
All right.
Yeah, wait.
Ms. Harmon? If I know this to this. Stay right where you are for a minute. Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Kevin Kelly.
All right. Be with you in a minute. Ms. Harmon?
Yes.
The allegation is that on or about May 7th, you were driving a car here in St. Joseph County with no license. You also got a civil infraction for no plate, which is $120. They're going to dismiss that. That's better than a poke in the eye. And file another civil infraction of no proof of insurance. They're going to dismiss that. Yes. Did Curtis Williams call in here this morning?
That's what I know.
He said he called the court this morning and they gave him this number and told him to dial in. I got him in the waiting room. He owes a bunch of stuff, but he didn't talk to you.
Not me, no.
All right. All right, Ms. Harmon, that brings us back to the original charge of no valid operator's license. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. It carries 2 points on your driving record, but does not require that your license be suspended. Do you understand the charge? Ms. Harmon?
Yes.
Is that what you're going to do, plead to that charge and get the 2 civil infractions dismissed?
Yes.
Other than the fact that these civil infractions are being dismissed, did anyone promise you anything to get you to plead to this?
No, sir.
Or threaten you?
No.
Do you understand that by pleading to this charge, you're giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will be no trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If there was a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. All you got to do is ask me, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. You could also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wished. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take a witness stand yourself and testify, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you, and you have the right to be presumed innocent if and until the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, it looks like you cleared all your suspensions, but your license was expired. So when you were driving on May 7th, was your license expired?
Yes, sir.
Are you still at apartment 103 at Lockport?
Yes.
All right, you need to do the same thing that the last girl did, Miss Hutchinson. You need to make an appointment with the Secretary of State to get your license. Hopefully this won't jam you up. I don't know if they treat this as a moving violation, but you need to make an effort to go get your license restored. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. The fine is $100. There's a $75 crime victims' rights fee. and a $50 state minimum fee for a total of $225. The state thinks everybody is rich, so they put a $125 fee on everything. Can you pay that by July 5th or 6th?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I feel like I have another one I have to pay too, which is another $400. So.
All right, I'll make this July 31. I'll give you the June and July. If you can't pay it, come see me. The goal is to get the fine paid, not to put you in jail. But you got some boulders to move out of your path before you get your license back. The 2 civil infractions are dismissed, so that saves you about $270, which is okay. So you've been convicted of no operator's license, which is a minor misdemeanor. It's punishable by a fine, which I gave you, and no jail time. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. You're good to go. Thank you. Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We're still working on your case. I still can't figure out why you're here.
Doreen, he talked to Doreen this morning. He called and specifically asked for the Zoom meeting IDs. Doreen didn't have a docket and didn't realize he didn't have anything scheduled. So we're wondering if he's supposed to be in a different court. He says nothing in circuit, but I don't know if he maybe St. Joe, Indiana, or in Berrien County, because he has nothing that
He has
to come
dozens
from.
of unpaid tickets.
Right, but
So-
he just doesn't have anything
All right.
set up. He never called to set anything up to be seen on him.
All right. Mr. Williams, they're still trying to figure out how much you owe. You weren't scheduled for anything today. The clerk just gave you this number and then you dialed in the middle of arraignments. But as long as you're here, I'm going to try to address your questions. So they're working on it. It wasn't scheduled for anything, and so we have to compile the information, but you have a bunch of unpaid tickets. We'll come back in a bit. I'll put you in the waiting room. All right, now I've got Kevin. Raven Keith was supposed to come back. I've closed the breakout room. And she's not here. I've got Kevin Kelly.
Your Honor, it's my understanding, via an email I received this morning, that the prosecutor is willing to dismiss the false report of a misdemeanor if Mr. Kelly would agree to plead to disturbing the peace. I haven't had a chance to talk to him about it yet, but that is the offer on the table.
Sir, will do that.
All right, Mr. Kelly, I'm going to put you, what do we do with Raven Keith?
We're just going to have to set up for a pre-trial hearing.
All right, I'll bring her in and I'll put you and Mr. Kelly in the breakout room. We'll get her an attorney. All right, now Mr. Kelly, you're going to have to click a button to join this breakout room. You'll see it come up. You see it? Ms. Keith?
Yes.
I think the wisest thing here is to get an attorney for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd like to speak.
From the affidavit of probable cause, there was some confusion as to who was driving this vehicle. Everybody said everybody else was driving.
Yes, sir.
Are you Rowdy Keith's daughter?
No.
Okay, different family.
Yep.
Are you Angie's granddaughter?
Nope.
All right. Well, let's see what we can figure out here. 6, 3, 2, 1. What do you do, ma'am? What's your occupation?
Currently, I just got over my accident and stuff. I was working at Swiss Valley for the winter time. Right before this car accident and stuff, I actually got my certification in real estate. But since that my arm was broken and stuff, I didn't get to take the test for the state. So, real estate, but I'm not all the way into it yet.
All right, so you're not working right now. I'm going to appoint an attorney for you and set an attorney pretrial for July 2nd at 10 a.m. That's going to be a busy morning. It'll be by Zoom like this once again.
Okay, and will I have the same numbers that I have today?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, other than that, the next one is on June 2nd, correct?
July 2nd.
July 2nd, okay.
All right, and I want you to call your lawyer. We're going to send you the information with the lawyer's name on it.
Okay, and are you
ask
sending that in the mail?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, thanks. All right, let's find Denise Baker, what she's about. Good morning. Are you Denise Baker?
Yes.
All right. You were in a pretrial regarding a dog at large. Let me see if there's an email from Matt to tell me about this. All right, let's take a look. The dog at large is a county charge here, the way they did this. It's a misdemeanor. Let me find it. What are you doing?
I'm trying to hold on to my phone. Battery, having phone issues.
All right, well, the buzzing is... All right, they allege that on or about June 6th, this says Mendon Village. That's not correct. The first street address is in Parkville. So is this out in Parkville?
On what date?
June 6th of 2020. This is a year old.
Yeah, that she was, there was a dog walking by, and she had gotten out of the yard. She was just walking around the yard, and then there was a dog walking by, and she was in heat, and she went at the dog.
Well, it's a large lab pit Rottweiler mix.
It's yeah.
Did it bite the other dog?
I don't think it bit the other dog. They like wrestled like for like not even a minute, but it more or less scared. It just pretty much scared everybody. Just the whole incident.
Kirby Road and Nottable Road in the village of Mendon. Okay, so this did happen. All right. That's pretty much the way you related to me is what happened. I'm going to reduce the fine to $50. This happened a year ago. Didn't anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this? I don't know what the sound is, but it certainly is annoying.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Is it your phone?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I recently crushed my phone while working, and
All right. Well, are you at the Parkville address on First Street?
yes.
287-6262B. I think you may have posted a bond here. Let's see what happened. This is a year old. They sent you a plea letter, you ignored it. Then you got arrested. And did you spend a day in jail for this?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to reduce the fine to the minimum. 1 day jail credit, 1 day. Fine is $10. I can't do it less than that. There's a $75 crime victims' rights fee and a $50 state minimum fee, which is $135. That's due by July 6th. Can you pay that within 30 days?
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
All right. All right, well, this could have been a lot easier, but the good news is it's over. I gave you the minimum allowable fine for a dog at large, which is a real old statute. It's $10, but the state costs are $125, so you owe $135 by July 6th. If you need more time, contact the court, all right? Ms. Baker?
All right. Thank you very much.
Do you have any questions?
No, not at all.
All right. All right, I'm going to remove you from the session here so your phone can buzz away. All right, now I got Tegan's iPad. I don't know who this is. And I have a bunch of people today that I don't know who they are or where they're from and why they're here. This is Brandy. Brandy, is that you?
It is. How are you?
All right. I didn't know your name is Lemmerhart. You're about 45 minutes late.
Well, he told me that he was going to let you know why, because I've been on since 8:30, but both of my
Okay, you were on the pretrial side. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You're not late. You were just in the other room.
Yep.
How long have you been Lemmerhart?
6 years.
Okay, so you're up to speed as I am. All right, let me leave you right where you are for a minute. And I got to deal with another gentleman who's here at the courthouse. Is anybody working on Curtis Williams? He's still in the waiting room, languishing. All right, we're back to talk to Mr. Kevin Kelly. He's at the conference room at the courthouse. He was charged with false report of a misdemeanor and disturbing the peace. He met with the public defender. Mr. Kelly, false report of a misdemeanor is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Prosecutors agreed to dismiss that charge for a plea to disturbing the peace. Disturbing the peace is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Well, there was a lot to do.
A couple.
Anyway, you've had an opportunity to discuss that with the chief public defender. Mr. Stickley, what are we going to do here?
My understanding, Your Honor, that Mr. Kelly is interested in taking the offer and taking and disturbing the peace.
All right, very good.
Here, come back see you on the 14th too.
You have another case?
Yeah, on the 14th with you.
Well, let's see what that's about.
I'm being
Once
sued
upon
for
a
my-
time.
Being sued for my house.
Oh, all right, that's a landlord-tenant matter. Yeah, I'm the landlord-tenant judge. I'll see you then. Let's take care of this piece of business. Prosecutor offers to dismiss. All right, I went through the advice of rights, but I don't think you were here, so let me tell you this. You understand that if you plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury. There will be no trial. Brandy, this applies to you also. If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. You've already had an opportunity to meet with Mr. Stickley, the public defender, but you could also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wish. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand yourself and testify, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you'd have the right to be presumed innocent if and until the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. All right. So are you going to plead to disturbing the peace?
Yeah.
Disturbing the peace is a simple misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Normal fine is $100 plus state costs. I'm looking at the affidavit. I can't quite figure this out. Did you get into a quarrel or argument with this dude, Tony G?
Yeah, he spit in my face in the saucer.
Who is he? Your ex's new boyfriend?
Well, yeah, one of her friends.
All right, so then you and this guy got in a ruckus out in the street?
They're out and they sit in the driveway.
All right. Well, that ain't exactly the crime of the century. You did post a $100 bond. Did you go to jail overnight?
Not overnight, but I stayed there most of the day and half the night.
All right, I'm gonna give you 1 day jail credit, 1 day. Are you still on Washington Street in Constantine?
Yeah, for now, until I come back to see you on the 14th.
Oh, well, all right. Yeah, hopefully we can. All right, 1 day jail credit, 1 day, even 0 days to serve. I'll make the fine 75 rather than 100. $75 crime victims' rights fee, $50 state minimum fee. That's $200. You did post a $100 bond.
So can I pay the other 100 today?
Yep, you can pay it right now if you want.
Yep, I'll pay it right now.
All right, then this matter is over and done with, okay?
Sounds good to me.
All right, I'll see you on the 14th. I guess my suggestion is you'd be looking for a place to move to because it's hard right now to find a place to go.
Yeah, tell me about COVID. It's not very.
Hear it all the time.
My ID is 15 years expired. It's still ain't got it.
All right, well, go pay that other $100. This disturbing the peace is done. The other charge is dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Let's see if we have another guy. All right, this is Brandy Limmerhart, and she's charged with domestic violence second offense. She's had a pretrial. Let me see what Matt's going to tell me about this. Oh, this is violation of a bond condition. Brandy.
Yeah, it says it was a violation. Yes.
All right. Here's the deal.
I'm
You're
unaware
charged
of
in this
the
file
bond.
21942 SM with domestic violence second offense. Let's take a look at this. It's alleged that on or about May 4th, you assaulted Nicholas Lemmerhart, your spouse, charged as a second offense. It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Let's look at the bond. The magistrate gave you a bond. It said you're not to drink any alcohol or have any controlled substances. You're not to have any contact whatsoever with Nicholas Ryan Lemmerhart. And you signed it on May 5th. No weapons, no assaulty behavior. So you were aware there was a no contact provision.
Right.
Then, what the heck are we on this?
I'm unaware of what my bond. I didn't do anything what the charge is because I haven't been to that house. I have plenty of my neighbors know that I have not been. So
All right,
I'm
so
kind of
here's
confused.
Anthony Fuller, a police officer, says you are not to have contact with Nicholas Ryan Lemmerhart or appear at 511 North Douglas Street. On 511, approximately 1852 hours while taking a complaint from Nicholas Lemmerhart about Brandy Lemmerhart. Brandy has been showing up at the house and then has been continuing to message him. Text.
I have all of that stuff, and I can show you everybody all of my messages that are from him. I've been harassed this whole time, and I've already been through this condition with him.
Hang on.
I think the safest thing to do, Brandy, is to appoint an attorney for you and set this for further trial, including hearing on the bond violation.
Right. Yes, because
So
I
is it
don't
no
understand what's
contact?
happening.
Who's at the Water Street address, him or you? He's
That's
at Three Rivers?
my.
All right, so he's in Three Rivers and you're in Constantine?
Yeah, he's in Three Rivers.
All right.
Yeah, he's at the home. My kids and I are not. We're not allowed to be there.
All right, I'm going to appoint an attorney. Set attorney pretrial. We're going to be awfully busy on July 2nd. July 2nd, 21 at 10 a.m. Pretrial also on the bond violation.
Yeah, I just don't understand that. I've not been there, so.
Nice bond violation. Says she has not been there and not contacted him.
And I do have a couple neighbors that will witness if I need.
Hang on a minute, that's fine.
Who's that guy?
He's the chief public defender. He's just advising you to just stay quiet.
Okay.
Or messaged him. So if that's true, then continue to do what you're doing.
Right.
All right, you're still at the Constantine address. Are you still working at the restaurant?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay, I haven't been to a restaurant in a long time. We used to rotate and go to breakfast once a month with some people I went to high school with about 100 years ago. We'll come visit you at some point, but don't get in any more trouble. Don't contact him. I'm going to send you the information regarding who your lawyer is, and the next hearing will be by Zoom on July 2nd. All right?
Okay. Yep.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, I guess I will that day.
All right. Well, I want you to call your lawyer and discuss this with him before that date. All right?
Yep.
All right. You're good to go.
I will. Thank you.
Okay, good luck. All right. Mr. Williams?
Yes.
I've done some research. My staff looked this up. You weren't scheduled for anything today, which is why I was confused. The clerk didn't know what the deal was, so they just gave you the number and told you to dial into the court. But you have $3,458 worth of unpaid tickets. Many of these are booking fees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 booking fees, 13, 14 unpaid booking fees. And I can reduce the booking fees to $55. So I could reduce the booking fees to $770. But the big thing is you've got an unpaid fine on a resisting and obstructing that was due in November of 2020. That's $125. And then you've got a suspended driving charge that was due March 1st. So that's $225.
Okay, I got a question.
So what you really need to pay is $350 to clear up your tickets, and then we can worry later about the booking fees.
All right, I got a question, John.
All right.
All right, I got picked up on May 19th, and I paid a $500 bond, and they told me it would go to some of my fines. Can we do that?
Well, let's take a look. This is really, you just sort of barged in the middle of a regular, otherwise day. So let me see what I can figure out. Because you weren't scheduled for anything and just showed up on a crowded court morning, and I'm trying to answer your questions. But
I apologize. This is the day that was given to me on my ticket when the officer rescheduled my date.
all right, you may be right. But I'm not even seeing this ticket. You have a new ticket?
Well, it was more of like an altercation happened, and I was like, well, right by it, and they ran my name, and I had a warrant.
Who gave you the ticket?
I'm not 100% sure, but it was TR, and I mean Three Rivers.
And they gave you a date to appear?
Yes, sir. It was the 3rd of this month because it was the day before my daughter's birthday, so it was May 19th, and they took me to the station. I paid my bond. He gave me a date right there.
Well, I'm not denying what you said, but none of it shows up in our system. The most recent thing we have is the city of Three Rivers, and you're on a payment plan. And I don't see anywhere that you got a $500 bond posted. It's not in on-base, and it's not in the AS400. What is the ticket for?
I believe it was a warrant for a show cause.
Well, let's see. You may be supposed to be in circuit court. Let me figure this out. think you're in the wrong court. Let me switch to circuit court. Well, there's circuit court cases. You've got unpaid in file 138888, an old drug charge, 101689. What's this one? Obstruction of justice, R&O. You got a show cause June 3rd. Set for 7/6. Yeah, you were supposed to be in the circuit court for unpaid fines. You posted a $500 bond. I would use that bond to pay your misdemeanor stuff, but you owe $3,400 worth of district court costs, plus a bunch of circuit court costs. So Judge Stutzman is going to keep that. They removed the bench warrant. You posted a bond set for June 3rd, so you're not crazy. Bond hearing June 3rd. Just a minute.
Hi, you have reached Anita.
They're on the bench. All right, you're in the wrong court. And I can't tell whether you're supposed to be in there or not. So let me send Judge Stutzman an email. One 6 20863. All right, let's see if they respond. All right, Mr. Williams, I'm going to put you back in the waiting room while I wait. Mr. Stickley, I guess you're off the hook here. He just showed up here because he didn't know where else to go. But he's supposed to be in circuit court, and he's posted a $500 bond in circuit court. And
did we get a resolution on Raven, Judge?
He's supposed to be here.
What?
He's supposed to be here.
Here?
Yeah, in circuit court for some.
Yeah, he's supposed to be here in circuit court, or he's supposed to be in district court?
Circuit.
Yeah, I believe he is.
But he needs to call circuit court. Do you still have him?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
but
he needs to hang up and call the clerk.
Who did you talk to?
I talked to Jill and Dina.
Well, it says moved to June 6th, so I could, or July 6th.
Right,
So what's Dina's number?
She's gonna be 467-5532.
Raven Keith, I just appointed a lawyer for her, Keith.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
This guy.
Are we good then, Judge, or do you need anything else?
We're good. No, we're good.
See you in a minute.
Mr. Williams?
Yes, sir.
You're needed in circuit court. I want you to dial this number. It's just a telephone number. 269-467-5532. You're supposed to be in circuit court, not district court. And
okay.
And our clerks have been scrambling to figure out what's going on. So call that number, 269-467-5532. All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
By the way, you owe me a bunch of money too, but deal with that first.
All right.
All right, let's make a record here. Dallas Taylor Davidson failed to appear on a driving suspended and civil infraction, and we'll do a order to show cause. Two 11087. And Chad Wyrick is supposed to be here on order to show cause and a violation of bond condition. Hearing set for bond violation. He's failed to appear. Let me see if he's in jail. He's not in jail. That's file 21945SM. Stalking, malicious use of the telephone. Chad Wyrick also had a pretrial. Dallas Davison, according to Miss Davis, is on probation of a condition of no driving. And they're asking for an immediate warrant. So we'll address that one and we'll come back to the other one. 211087 ST, Dallas Davison. Driving suspended, second offense, failed to appear for his arraignment. He is on probation on an earlier charge. With a condition of no driving. She didn't give me the case number. Let me see if I can find it. I'm in circuit court. I gotta get out of that. Use of meth probation and file 21313FY. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Dallas Davison has failed to appear. He has a Portage address on this driving suspended second offense. Your email indicates he's on probation with a no driving condition. It appears to be a use of methamphetamine charge 21313. Is that the case?
Yes, that is the case. And I did email probation officer Matt Huff yesterday when I saw Mr. Davison on for today. And he was not aware that they had obtained another ticket, but he did say that there were some other issues that he was probably going to be submitting a PV on anyway. So I was hoping that Mr. Davison would be here today so we could get these resolved, but I believe there's 82 days of deferred jail time in that probation case.
I'm going to do an immediate order, a bench warrant, bond $500 cash or surety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Then we have Mr. Chad Wyrick, who failed to appear either for a pretrial or bond violation. I'm also going to do an immediate warrant there on $10,000. See judge. He's not in custody. This took a long time. I thought, well, this will be done by 9:15 or so. It'll be 10:15 before we're done. All right, immediate bench warrant on Mr. Chad D. Wyrick in file 21945. I do have a phone number.
Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
Well, thank you. Number no longer in service. All right, can't call him. He isn't here, and we will issue an immediate bench warrant with a $10,000 bond. The charge is a public safety one, stalking malicious use of the telephone. Mr. Davidson failed to appear. Immediate bench warrant for him. We also had 3 pretrials, or several pretrials. Brandy Limmerhart we dealt with. Alexis Sullivan, Zachary Julian, and Calvin Bridges. Don't know what happened to those cases. They were pretrials and probably resulted in appointment of counsel. Now, we have Monica Dean, who logged in as Monica Roars on a DV second, and frankly, I don't remember what we did on that case, but I think—
Your Honor, Miss Dean, AKA Roars, met with me for a pretrial and will be dismissing it. I'm not sure how you want me to handle the dismissal, if you want a nollie or if it will just be marked as a dismissal.
I'll ask for a nollie.
Okay, I'll get one prepared.
Now, I'm sorry I don't see you anymore. As I've told you many times, it was very helpful to have you here. And even now, I appreciate your logging in to help me with these. All right, had pretrial with D. Davis.
We had 2 failure to appears on the pretrial side as well. One was Mr. Wyrick, who you've already dealt with. The other was Trayvon Marquise Batiste.
He's not even on my list. Oh, Batiste.
Yes.
All right. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then Alexis Sullivan will be set for a plea and sentencing about a month out.
Okay.
So we did resolve a few in pretrials.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Take care.
All right, thank you. All right, that's helpful. Okay, we have a lot of struggles this morning. But that's part of the territory. Behind the scenes are a whole bunch of people making this work. Matt, probation, the clerks in the criminal area, my secretary, the county clerk, and the public defender and prosecutor's office. All right, we're going to stop the live feed. I don't believe we have anything till this afternoon with a bank of the last pretrials and some zoning